just gonna explain like what is Web 1, so we could like understand like where we're headed and like why is it gonna change. Um, I guess web development and well, Web.1 user were just limited to reading content that were just provided by like content providers, and they use like a HTTP call protocol for grabbing resources like HTML documents and like videos and images on like on a server, most likely a Apache server. And this diagram right here, like this is like a client, uh, the client side, and which is like the web browser, or sometimes we call it the front end, which basically just sends a HTTP request to the server. Um, right here, like most likely it was a Apache web server, and it just sends a response to the client side, which was like a HTML document. And then Web 2.0 introduced like a read and write. Users were just limited to read and write content hosted by like a central web server, RISP servers. And basically, this era was like basically like a like I guess web developer like we're using JavaScript and they use like Ajax to like use they were using a new approach using HTML, JavaScript, and the DOM and the HTTP requests. Basically, it was like a dynamic front end, um, which led to like a JavaScript framework like Angular or React, which a framework is just a library that offers opinion about how to develop software. And it was just like most of the web web 2.0 era was it was mostly like, well, in my point of view, it was like mostly like um the front end side. Like I guess yeah, I guess it was like mostly in the front end side, and then the front end just sends like HTTP request to the back end, which is basically just API, and then the API responds data to the front end, which the JavaScript library will just update the browser DOM, and then this is where we're headed, and these are just like my opinions, like what could change um, in the web 0.3 for software web development. Um, Users are able to read, write, and on content through token hosted by a peer-to-peer network. And right now, it's like Solidity is a primary languages for smart contracts, and I just put here like probably there's gonna be like new technology in a way to a new way to handle data, since data is like shared widely and it's open, and probably there's gonna be like a stability framework, which I just put X, Y, and because we don't know, like I don't know, and I'm just assuming like web 3.0 um I guess it's mostly like the back end stuff instead of the front end. And well, I hope like, well, it's just my opinion and I prediction, but like um the um I guess most people don't talk about like how um um I guess the back end is like it's gonna people are gonna in I'm not I guess create new libraries for it, but so far there's nothing new. And and what is a decentralized application? A decentralized application might not be different for the end user, but for developer it's a new way to run application on decentralized peer-to-peer network, and these are like the common features of a DApp. it's open source. Most of the code base open source, and all the changes should be decided by users and developers. And it's decentralized, which means like the application operational records are stored in a decentralized public blockchain, and it incentivizes people that are running like nodes on the network. They're rewarded by crypto tokens. And like, what is a blockchain? A blockchain is just a record of transaction that is shared across a peer-to-peer network, or some people call it distributed ledger, which is just a node that everyone interacting with the blockchains has the same data. Um, to accomplish this distributed agreements, the blockchain needs a concise mechanism, which this is like a diagram what a node is. Like it has like blocks, and then the blocks is like broken down to a header and then a transaction, and then like the next block um, links to like the previous block, and then the next block links to the other previous block, and that's what a blockchain is. And then there's multiple nodes, but I couldn't like draw like multiple nodes in this slide, so I just put one node. Um, what is a Ethereum network? Ethereum network is a computer that enables developer to write smart contracts. Currently, Ethereum uses proof of work as a consensus mechanism, but it will phase out and be replaced by proof of stake. Um, Ethereum has a single computer called the Ethereum virtual machine. Everyone who participates in the Ethereum networks agrees and keeps a copy of its state, and then it broadcasts the computation, um, and then other participant validates the transaction and execute the computation. And then, what is it? Do you guys have any questions so far? Oh no. Um, okay. What is a crypto wallet? A crypto wallet allows users to interact with the blockchain network, which is split into like a public key and a private key and then an address. Um, the public key just generates um, a unique wallet address, and then that address is used for transaction, and the private key is used to sign new transaction. And I just put don't share your private key to anyone. What is cryptocurrency? Cryptocurrency is a digital currency that has no central authority. Instead, it uses blockchain. Um, One way cryptocurrencies are created is a process called mining, which computers solves like complex problem in order to verify transaction on a network. And um, as a reward, the owners of those computers can receive newly created cryptocurrency. What is Ether? Ether is a Ethereum native cryptocurrency. The purpose of Ether is to allow a market for computation. Ether is required to use dApps that are built on Ethereum blockchain. What are tokens? Crypto tokens are programmable assets that are built on top of existing cryptocurrency blockchain. Here's a couple of example of tokens. First, you have like the governance token, which the holders has a voice in a community, and they could vote like where the future of the protocol and app. And then there's like collectible called collectible tokens, which some people call it NFT, which represents ownership rights to a unique digital or real world assets. And I put a like my own diagram what a token is. It's basically, for me, it's a private key, private API key that allows you to access certain like um, I guess API. I view like some blockchain like APIs, basically. And then what's token standards? Token standards refers to a specific technical architecture of a network blockchain protocol. And ERC stands for Ethereum Request for Comment. And ERC 20 is it's introduced a standard for fungible tokens, which allowed the creation of tokens that could operate within the Ethereum ecosystem of decentralized application. And ERC 721, which was designed to enable non-fungible tokens that are individually unique and cannot be interchangeable with other similar tokens. Do you guys have any questions so far? Um, what is what is smart contracts? Smart contract is a program that defines a public agreement that independently executes the terms of the agreement, which is called by a user on the blockchain network. Once a smart contract has been deployed to a blockchain, it typically cannot be modified and it's guaranteed to function identically. Smart contracts operate as a reliable trust third party, and you don't need to write your own smart contract to become a app developer. You just need to know how to interact with them. And what I like about smart contract is smart contracts. What I understand, smart contract composability. They allow smart contracts to call other smart contracts. And well, I guess that's like in my point of view, it's like I guess it's like that's awesome. Like you have an open API that interacts with another open API, and I don't know, just I feel like that's something cool. Um, he what are the use cases? Right now is mostly DeFi finance, which are financial products and services that enable users to have control over their money. And then you have the decentralized autonomous organization, which are communities that are member owned instead of a central leadership. Users are able to collaborate with each other in a safe and efficient way. And these are like the major steps to launch a DAO. Um, versus a developer or a group of developer must create the smart contract behind the DAO. The second step is tokens are sold to raise funds, and these tokens given holders voting rights. And the next major step is stakeholders decide on the future of the organization. And then Solidity is a programming language to write smart contracts, and these are like basically like um, the main ideas in smart contracts, which is type like you have a contract type which organizes a set of relation functions around a single purpose, and then you have data storage, which you could store data as storage memory or cold data. Storage keeps the data permanently on the blockchain. Memory keeps the data only for the lifetime of the smart contract execution, and cold data is a special location for the function arguments. And then you have function modifier, um, which are which functions are can run unless it is initialized by external transaction. And these are like some of the function modifier. You have public, which allows a function um, which could be accessed by all functions or callers, and you have private, which makes a function um, be only called from the contract itself, and then you have external modifiers, which allows external calls but not internal functions, and then you have internal modifiers, and which allows to only be called by its contract and contracts deriving from the. And then you have events, which events are emitted when a contract is executed and stored permanently on the blockchain. Events can be accessed by subscribing to them, requesting past events, or you could just look it up on the transaction. Here are some of like the tools. Oh, well, here's one of the tool for local blockchain development environment. Um, for the development purpose, a local blockchain environment is useful to test Ethereum-based contracts. Testing your blockchain smart contract is key before deploying them. And Hardhat um, is one of those tools that comes with a set of fundamental functionalities to create and test and deploy your decentralized application on multiple chains like Polygon, Ethereum, Mainnet, and many more. Hardhat is a combination of truffle, which is used for deploying and testing contracts. And I can't say that, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, Ganache, which allows you to run local blockchains. And these are like some of the services I found that it's helpful to deploy like your own smart contracts. Um, Alchemy provides developers the infrastructure like nodes and API for NFT and token and chain to deploy to your dApps. And then you have Graph, which provides developer an open API to access data. And then one of the things you could use it's a block explorer to read transaction. And I'm just gonna like I create like a repository where you could like deploy your hello world smart contract. I'm just gonna um I'm just gonna share a different screen. Do you guys have any questions so far?
No, I just have a comment. I'm thankful that you shared the smart contract and all that goes with it, because that's what I'm looking up right now. So just really happy that you gave me more information.
Yeah. Well, why post it like well, I just gonna post it on Google on the chat. But like, I created like a repository where it's like a template for a hello world um smart contract, and I documented how to set it up. First, like you create like your Alchemy account, which I did. Like I'm just gonna go to it. And then I guess you create like your own app, which is right here. Like you go to this and you put in like your app name, and then you write a description, a small description, and then you want to go to where it says staging for the environment, and then the chain is Ethereum, and then the network it should be uh, I don't know how to pronounce it, RAWszn, the RAWszn network, and then you create app, um, and then um, the next step is like you create like a Ethereum account, like a test account, because I know you're not supposed to share your private key, but like for some reason, like the hard hat library, it needs a private key to deploy it. But like I guess you could like create like a test account. Like I created like I wonder if let me click on my MetaMask because I created like a test account, which you could use that like right here. Like I created a testing account. Yeah, and then you go to like I guess this like you add fake ETH to that account, which you click on this link and it you like log into Google and which I already have, but like you type in like your like the fake account that you created, um, you, like you I guess you copy the address and you paste it in here, which I already did, and then you wait like couple minutes, so you can add like the fake ETH into your like wallet, and then in the repository, which already like install all the packages inside here, and then you just run like um, you just copy this command and then you just paste it to the terminal, like, and then you have like it gives you like a contract address, which is right here, which you kind of need it for later, but like I'm just gonna go to the next step, and yeah, wait, I already did that one. Did I do that already? Yeah, it deploys it, um, and then the next step is like you go to like this. I guess you go to like this either scan and you copy this address and then you paste it right here so you could you like the transaction that you just created. Oh, here it is. So like is it that one? Let me see. See, it says right here like here's the wallet address, and then if I go back to my thing, is it F4D? Let me see. Yeah, here it is. Like the contracts right here. F4D.
This is so cool how you're breaking it down. I always wondered what all that meant, and I'm just I love that you're breaking it down the way you're doing it. So thank you.
And that's basically it. Like um, but like I'm just gonna go like I guess like why do you have to like go into like this repository? Um, one other thing is once you create like your Alchemy API or Alchemy app, you go right here to view your keys, which I know this is just for a demo, but like you shouldn't like share your API key, but like for this is just like a demo purpose. I'm just gonna you should just post it right here, like yeah, you just post it here, like um I guess you just replace it here, like you put your API key right here for the Alchemy app, and then you get your well this is like a MetaMask test account, which it's on the RAWszn test network. Like you have to switch it to this network, and like and then you have to create like a test account because you have to like press like you have to like put in your private keys. I know you shouldn't put your private keys, but like I don't like for some reason hard hat like I don't know if there's another way to do it, but like um, you put in your like your wallet private key here, and then um, you just build in, and then you run this command, and that's basically it. Like it's well, I guess this is like the script to deploy your smart contract. Like it gets um, yeah, it looks for like the contract right here, hello world, and then this directory is just like this is like the contract, which basically just it's saying like it there's an event. Oh, here's like the main one. Like basically it's like I previously mentioned in the slide, like this is like a data storage memory which it's only stored while the contract is executing, and this is like a string, like a new message string, and then and it creates like a new string, another memory string, which is called old message, and then you create like another message, and then it emits an event to update message, and then it which is just a string. It creates like another variable like called message, which is public, and then I just it's not. I guess it's not like a. It doesn't have a conditional. It's just a simple hello world. Do you guys have any questions? I don't have the answer for that. Well, I'm still like a beginner. Like, um, but like you could look for like resources. Like, I guess there's like tutorials on the Ethereum documentation. Like, or you could look it up, like how to write DAO smart contracts. And yeah, I heard about Remix, but I wanted to like um present you guys like how to set up your local environment instead of like like an online thing, and I wanted to like um present to you guys like these are like I guess like the libraries and the services other developers use like Alchemy. It makes it much easier to deploy your well, I guess like a test node, like a test, so you could test your smart contracts instead of like creating your own and local environment. And it seems like it's makes it faster and just simpler. And well, I feel like it was just basically just creating alchemy and then hard hat, and then it's just a hello world, and then you just deploy it. Well, I guess build you build it and then you deploy it.
I have a question. I feel like what didn't you help build a program like a was it Brave or
Oh,
something else?
I contribute to the Brave browser. but it wasn't like the wallet part. It was mostly um like like the security. Like I solved like an issue on like a PDF issue. It was basically like a security thing, and I
Okay.
also like contributed to like a search. Like I forgot about it. Let me just look it up. But it wasn't like the crypto stuff. It was just a break browser, but it wasn't.
That's really cool. I really feel like that's cool because I use Brave now all the time, and every time I get on there, I'm like, didn't Sergio like do something on here? So that's why I brought it up because maybe you can show us what you do or how you do it.
Yeah, well, let me just look up the repository. It wasn't it. Well, when it first started, it wasn't called the break browser. It was called the browser, and I think it was around 2017 or 18 that I contributed to it. Yeah, that wasn't my. Okay, wait. Let me just. Think it was. Oh, here it is. Just gonna share my screen thing. Um, Here it is. Here's like some of the issues I contribute to it. For I think the first one was like a string, like here, well, they already archived it because it was like an old one. But like I forgot what it did, but it got merged. I know it got merged because I'm right here. Um, but I guess you could look at the issue name, like a generic template for each share menu items. Um, but like I forgot like what I did to this thing. But I also yeah, um yeah, I could do that. Maybe I should do that like for the RAW realm because I'm still like new to figuring out like how Web3 projects are. I guess I should do that then. But like but like here's how like the pull request I did to the Brave browser, which it got kind of old, like outdated. Like it was a long time ago, which I don't know. Like I forgot what I did. Um, but it's there. Like you could look it up. Um, Maybe I should. Oh, I guess I'm just gonna go like what's GitHub. I guess um GitHub well I guess right here like you could view your pull requests and then I guess you could view like your issues that you're working on and the thing I like about CodeSpace is like this they have like this whole new um thing we could start like your own local well not local, yeah, I guess local environment in the cloud, like for this one you just create one and you have your own development environment, so you don't have to um set it up on your own like local computer, which takes time, which I don't like no more. um like with a click a button you could already have like a development environment. That's what I like about GitHub. um it's right there and you could test it out and
Would you say it would be easy for a new developer to use GitHub and to be like to
yeah
understand the program?
uh uh GitHub close yeah I guess um um which I guess I could do that for the railroad, like how to, I guess, introduction to GitHub and how to, I guess, like how to start creating smart contracts. So I don't know, like, yeah, I should do that. Like, or maybe I should do that for like the social media stuff, like how to, what is GitHub or something like that. Uh, is there anything else that you guys want to know? Uh,
I don't have any more questions. I just wanted to thank you for um coming today and teaching us all about what you know, because I know you're new too.
yeah,
So I know you can't really explain like in depth like how we want to just like we really want to pick your brain like Sergio, how do you do this and how do you build? So maybe well we're all learning. So in a few years we can pick at your brain like, hey Sergio, you did this and this, but it's really good that you got to teach and this is your first time doing it and this is our first time attending. So just wanted to say thank you. I don't have any more questions. I just wanted to say that. Oh, and also for anyone who's new, like Portia, Brave browser is actually like Chrome and Google. It's a it's a like a nice browser, and then people can't you can't really get tracked on there with like ads, so it's really good to use. Just for anybody who doesn't know what Brave is, and also I don't know much about GitHub, but Sergio is becoming a beast at GitHub, so I would want to learn more about that on the Raw Realm too.
is there any other questions? Yeah, well, I guess a couple of days I thought about like creating templates like for the raw realm, like I guess like smart contracts, like how to like I guess templates for like um for starting like your NFT and then I guess DAOs like I guess well I just thought about it and I was gonna ask you like maybe I should do that like I guess create templates for other members so they could like tinker with the code and I guess start their own like NFT token and I guess DAOs and like small little examples, I guess.
I would love that too.
Yeah. Well, just I guess yeah, but like well, I guess one tip is like don't get discouraged. Like if it takes a couple hours if you're like trying to figure out like this little bug, that always happens to me. Like I'm trying to like fix this like well currently like I try to like fix this issue for Open Timeline IO, which I was basically trying to create like a this Rust binding for the C binding for Open Timeline IO, and it took me like 4 weeks just to like figure out like how to solve one little thing. And I guess the one thing I could like give you guys is like ask questions and just ask questions. Like just post it on I guess on the raw Discord. Like if you have trouble like oh you need help like how to search for this directory or how to set up a search for a file. Just post it there because it took me a while just to do that for like this other open source project, and I kind of felt like kind of lost, but I solved it. But like, just ask questions, I guess. Do you guys have any other comments or questions?
Recording. Yeah, I don't see any other questions. So this has been really great. Again, Sergio, thanks for leading this intro to Web3 engineering workshop. Again, we kept emphasizing, this is just an intro because we didn't want things to be too overwhelming for people. But like you just heard he say, he wants to have more workshops, and we're going to continue to do these kind of things. So we appreciate you all for tapping in, for joining. I see a few comments here. Elbow said, I've been using Brave for 3 years. It works really well with MetaMask. It's important. Miss Sophia says, this has been helpful. I look forward to learning more. And yes, definitely NFT tokens. So awesome. This has been great. You guys know we have another workshop happening in 3 hours. That will be in the raw voice chat, the raw workshop voice chat, and we'll be learning how to build in the metaverse with no code. It's going to be really cool. We're also going to be taking a trip into the metaverse with Musashi and the Malik build team. So definitely make sure you guys are on the lookout for that in about 3 hours. You can download the software ahead of time if you want to actually join into the metaverse with that. I also sent everybody a POAP for attending this session, so make sure you claim that. This has been great. And Sergio, if you have any last words, I know you kind of just gave your tips, but before I wrap up the recording, feel free.
Well, I guess, well, like I said, like just ask, I guess, questions, like, because it always happens to, well, it always happens to me, like, I think, like, I don't, well, sometimes I, like, think, like, I don't know anything, and sometimes it's just, I guess it's just more useful to just post your questions on, just ask for help, I guess, if you need help.
Awesome. Certainly will. And you guys are all in the raw Discord now. So if you ever have questions, drop them there. Feel free to also, join the core team. Like you've seen Sergio say, he is one of our raw engineers. We have one other raw engineer as well, but we're always growing. Anything that you have, we all have different gifts and skills and different things that we want to learn. In the raw realm, again, we're creating these different groups so that you can come amongst others, or you can ask questions and learn in the space. Like Zay said, catch Sergio in a year from now and the things that he's going to have been able to build in this time is going to be, again, even more amazing. So it's really great to be around people who are willing to share what they know and want to. So we appreciate you all for being here again. I hope to see you all some more, and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, Sergio.